Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Scarlet Hollow. Stella wants us to meet her at the library, but she said we have a little bit of time to kill. So I'm gonna swing by the diner and talk to Avery. And I forget her name. You head towards the diner. It's been a minute. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Oh, Avery has noticed us. Warn the patrons of the danger. No, I'll just talk to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pin sound. How is that a sound a pin makes? Wait. Pin like pig pin? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. They're not gonna do that. I gotta remember the buttons real quick. It's just something to do to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. I've been wanting to get back into Sudoku myself, man. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to get really into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. What if you don't believe me? I'm gonna try my tea first. You hesitantly take a sip of your tea. It tastes like you're drinking mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. What the hell is in this tea? It tastes healthy. Take another sip. Now I'll take another sip. The flavor is strong and it's slightly unpleasant, but something that tastes this bad must be good for you. Or rhyme. Wow, not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. It's supposedly super healthy and it makes for a challenging drink. Color me impressed. Oh wow, well there you go, chaga leaf tea. Chaga fungus tea. Yeah, what if you don't believe me? You know, I could tell you about last night, but what if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. I'll tell you about it. You spill the beans, glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors that you have witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seems distant. Monsters in the woods. I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. You know, I can't say I like the thought of it. There's a lot of options here. Yeah, I'm gonna say I hadn't pegged you as a transport. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? You know, I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. And who was I to pass out on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. No, don't get me wrong. Folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be part of. That is true. Do you regret moving here? Why did you leave Charlotte? I feel like this is a good question. So why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great. Especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay. The rest is history. She's a good woman. I don't want to be rude, but I haven't felt like an outsider at all. Everyone here has been so welcoming. No need to dunk with your cousin or Tabitha excluded. Yeah, no. But I guess I've only been here a day. Okay, it didn't have quotations. I need to pay attention because I thought we were gonna tell him that. I was like, he didn't say anything about his cousin. Yeah, I don't think it's the kind of thing you notice until you really live somewhere, but hey, who knows? Yeah, I guess that does come off kind of shallow that I would say that, huh? Do you regret moving here? Nah, that's prying a little bit. I'm gonna powerful build. I got y'all. You know, I know that everything I told you about last night was a lot, but I'm not gonna let anything happen to you or this town. We're on the case. Thanks, Alex. I'm not typically one to get worried. That's especially true with someone like you around. Ah, man. Looks like my shift is starting. I hope you're doing a little bit better. I mean, it's nice to vent about it, you know what I mean? Maybe the Chaga's had a chance to start working his magic. No, I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. No, I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly halfway before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. So true. Oh, we have time to do both. Alright, sure, let's go to the general store. This is her first time seeing the general store in the light of day. This is the friend that didn't want to join us, right? A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care about you stepping in. I wanted to buy chips. Do I talk to you? What you doing on your phone? These are... No, I'm just gonna say hi. Hey, I'm Alex. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. Hey, what's your name? Miles. See you, Miles. You're done here. I'm done here. Hey, what you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of him. He's playing Clash Royale, guys. He's one of my fans. So if I wanted to buy chips or something here, do I talk to you, or... I guess, yeah, Kaneeka decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? Why would I? No, that's fucked up. I'd like to pay for my chips, please. I insist. I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave. Really? You're lazy, buddy. Yeah. But wouldn't that make Kaneeka mad? Well, she shouldn't have left me in charge while she's off doing whatever. And Kaneeka cares about running this place, right? She could hire someone else and let me live my life. She inherited the store, and I don't want to keep getting suckered into working here just because I'm her brother. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyway. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. I'm not about to turn down stuff. I'm telling Kaneeka? No, but I'm not going to snitch on you, but I'm not going to steal either. I'm not going to steal. Have it your way. Bye! Miles doesn't respond to you as you turn and leave the general store. I like how that's a, we just got a achievement at the top that said, visit the store and don't steal anything. Alright, let's go hang out with Stella. Ooh, they're over there, I see them. You entered the former town hall. Excuse me. What once must have been a stately foyer, that was terrible, foyer, has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections of reading materials. God, that was butchered so bad. Oh hey, you made it. That's rude. No, I'm going to hang out. You head over to Stella and Kaneeka's table and settle in. She's just excited to see me. Glad you found the place. Harry Potter ass glasses. They look good though. Hey Alex, you look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Alex. Gretchen, you're so cool. Snitch on Miles. I think I'm going to, honestly. It's going to be better for his character development. In the comments, if you call me a snitch, I don't give a fuck, okay? It's not like I'm snitching on anything crazy. Yo! Let me move. Oh, you guys need to see that. Yeah! God damn it. Here. It's the little guy from, Madoka Magica. You guys see him in the corner there? It's hard to see him. The rabbit, the evil boy. That's such a cool reference to have in the game. I'm gonna snitch on Miles real quick. Oh, before I forget, I met your brother, Miles. When I went to buy some chips, he tried to make me steal them. Alex, you can't just snitch on someone like that. But that's ignorant. Ugh, I asked him to cover the store for one day and he can't even be bothered to do that. Typical. I'm paying him, you know. It's no wonder he's chronically unemployed. I work at a restaurant too, and if someone tried to steal stuff, I would smack the crap out of them. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Hey, I'm Alex, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar is amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. She probably hangs out with Miles. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. You know, I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. Floors were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Yeah. No, I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? They're cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster's around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? Well, I don't know yet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Aw, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old girl. Oh, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. That is a putrid sight. I'm pretty sure Stella is barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. Boom, this. You know, whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine. Really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep her eyes peeled. Thanks, Kaneeka. Hey, Alex, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got home, just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright, this is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Alright, which book do we want to read first? Reading is for suckers, let them do it. No, that's boring. I would love to read. How about this? Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Wampus Cat, Tommy Knockers, Taliapo. I'm trying to read to see which one of these seems. This, Tommy Knockers. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines. They are named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures have stolen hammers to support the mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They're traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. That's spooky. Alright, let's think. Let's look at Wampus Cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating within the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Oh, the people of their region from its evil, okay. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness. Oh, so it's on her laptop. She likes Madoka Magica, apparently. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched the seeker from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. How about the Talipo? There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran back through his hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to the dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he had been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Talipo," a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo." Before the hunter could do so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. You're done here. You close the book and put it back. Let's do this. Coal mines. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exasperated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his two eldest sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the death of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Ow, I just cracked my neck. The casualties included, that said, Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore. His brother, Enoch V, Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, therefore saving the town. Huh. So this is how your family made its fortune. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connections, but also due to particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands by his family of 10, Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding the fact that he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Alright. I think I'm all done, guys. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with what Kaneeka's mom told us last night, I think we could rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? A cat. Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he could find. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Heh, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. That's a thumbnail right there, baby. Oh yeah, snack time. Crunch, crunch. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that is not him. Ah. I'm gonna leave Pixel be for now. The cat curls up on the table fast asleep. Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need any help. Alright, he did say that. Any luck with Rosalina? Yeah. This is important, dude. Let's not skip over that. So, Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Whoa. Fascinating bit of history there. First of the 2 bombs landed upright after his parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch, which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still has not been recovered. Right, its conventional explosive disintegration in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it all and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. So, the nuke made the ditchlings? Case closed. Look like we got it, folks. I don't think so. Goldsboro is almost 400 miles away from here. Look, you never know with radiation. Well, we actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters, and a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. Well, you never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. You think Wayne factors into any of this? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? Well, he snuck up on us last night and called Alex out by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. Have you had any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. You know, I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Ooh. You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kaneeka. Do you guys think there's like a cult here? Maybe the ditchlings were actually nudists. Ooh, how about that? Maybe the ditchlings were like summoned as part of a ritual or something like that. I'd assumed the spiral we found was some sort of nest made by the ditchlings, but yeah, maybe we had cause and effect backwards. I'm writing it down. It's much more likely that thing was a nest than it was some sort of magical ritual site. What about the monsters? So, Appalachian folk monsters. That's what I thought. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommy knockers, what with the whole warning thing? Well, good thought, but Tommy knockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down, though. Tommy knockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and woods are about to collapse. Are they, or are they the sounds of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. You're so right. Let's move on. Sure. So, Silas Scarlet. I guess he was a product of a different time. Who knows what future generations will think when they look back on us. Sure, but the dude was still a monster. Sorry you're related to him. He is a piece of shit. Yeah. Honestly, I don't really think he's that relevant to whatever's happening right now. You know, I agree. We're talking about ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. Well, you know, it never hurts to have historical context. That is true. Let's talk about the veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kaneeka visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about that place, being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevice. She's an explorative lady. What happened after the mine collapse? The book kind of just glosses over that. Well, there was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There was not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. Yeah, no offense or anything. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw ever did. Yeah, most likely. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Yeah, sure. You know, you guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. You got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. It's a big mural of it all over the wall. He got off easy, if you ask me. Boom. Well, look, maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. Sheesh, that's morbid, and besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. We're writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Whew, had me worried there for a moment. You know, I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. I think we should help look for, I don't know. I think we should go back. Let's check the mines out. We should check out the mines. Between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them, it feels like the smartest place to start. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go question some of the miners, right? We're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. Look, I promise, Sneaks. We're just gonna go question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Hopefully this will mean I get a chance to know Tabitha a little better. You know, I don't think she's gonna be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines, let alone bothering her while she's trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure snark is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating box mac and cheese. But we can sneak around the mines, no problem. I'll make sure to keep my eyes peeled for her. She won't even know we were there. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I've missed this. I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances. But I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though there is something missing. Yeah, the other guy, Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope. Tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed pretty excited to meet Alex. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. And I think that's what we're going to call it. That was an interesting little research session we had. We found out a lot about the town, about our racist great-granddaddy, and about some monsters. I think that's been a good time. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and we're going to go, hopefully, get Reese to tag along with us. Should be fun. See you then. Peace.